Libra, let's go ahead and tap in, see what's going on for you all here in the month of April. We're just getting a little vibe here. Let me see if I can get my cards together. So if you're a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placement, this is your reading. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me if you don't mind, as well as the subscribe button to support my channel. So let's tap in, see what's going on for Libra here during the month of April. What's going on for the Libra babies? Okay, I don't know if you saw the way that flipped out. That was crazy. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the first 10 days or so of April are pretty slow here with the Knight of Pentacles. You're just focused on practical, everyday kind of matters, work, you know, business, working out, meal prepping, you know, just going through the ins and outs of your day. Okay. So that's kind of where the energy is at here with the Knight of Pentacles. This does represent slow progress that's being made for you in the realm of material assets and finances. So, you know, for some of you, you are definitely growing when it comes to your wealth and things like that. All right. Some of you need to get outside. I like that he's walking barefoot in the grass. So some of you need to get into like a nice little grounding, earthing practice there. Walking barefoot in the grass, in the sand, if you're like near the beach or something like that. But, you know, that's definitely going to be really good for you, especially if you deal with like any anxiety or overwhelm or just general stress that we can experience on a day-to-day basis. Getting outside in nature seems to be really supportive for you during these first 10 days of the month. Oh my gosh, Georgia, the pollen count is ridiculous. I don't typically deal with allergies. But yeah, it's definitely been messing with me. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm kind of ready for this. Even looks like pollen too on the ground. Like this kind of looks like this little yellow sprinkly dust here. So some of y'all, look, make sure you take your allergy medication, whatever it is you do. But get outside. You do need to be outside, okay? Moving into the middle of April, we have the Ten of Wands. So there is some sort of baggage, burden that you are leaving behind. You're like, all right, it's time for me to let this go. I've been dragging this like a ball in a chain for far too long. So for some of you, this could be old memories that you've been hanging on to, an old narrative, an identity, emotions, hell, even relationships, okay? With the Ten of Wands, there's like a lot of burdens that maybe you've been carrying on your own. Some of you might be unpacking those burdens, possibly in therapy or even just with like a close friend or journaling, where you're like really getting some things out and off of your chest. That seems to be really important here for this Ten of Wands. If you feel like you've been doing a lot by yourself, this card also invites you to delegate, okay? You know, if you got a business or, you know, even if you're just, you know, head of the household or something, make sure you're utilizing the assistance of the people around you, okay? You know, ask them for help where you need it. You know, maybe stop taking on more responsibility than is yours with this Ten of Wands too. You know, you might be kind of take it upon yourself to step in for people like, ooh, you know, there's a problem, I can solve it. And it's like, hold up, you know, maybe give them a chance to ask if they actually want some help before you're like rolling up your sleeves and ready to solve the problem, okay? So moving into the end of April, we have the King of Cups coming through. So this can be you. This is King Unbothered, okay? There could be just like a storm just crashing all around him, waves and things like that, but he's unmoved, right? He's still at peace. So some of you could be really focusing on your peace of mind here, stillness, mindfulness here towards the end of the month. Also, the King of Cups, he's my like Christ consciousness card. So some of you guys could be connecting with like Jesus or Christ consciousness in some capacity, or just tapping into that place of like unconditional love, empathy, compassion. Like all of those qualities could be things that you're kind of leaning into right now, to extend to yourself or potentially to extend to other people. You know, there could be people around you that are looking up to you as the King of Cups, like, hey, you know, I need support, I need And that's why I was saying, let people come to you. I think you might have a tendency to, you know, take that initiative, being the cardinal sign that you are, but that often puts a lot of extra responsibilities on your plate. Let people use their words, okay? They're adults. Unless they're children, then that's kind of different. But if you're dealing with adults, let them, you know, ask for whatever assistance they need. You just kind of stay in this Zen mode, nice and centered, like in your little peaceful space that you're in. And then it's like, oh, when people come around, it's like, oh yeah, I got you, yeah, no worries, you know. So that could be some advice you need to take here. This could also be someone that you're connecting with towards the end of the month, someone that's coming through and is very watery, very chill, laid back, but like nurturing. They just care so much. So this could be someone you're interacting with. Like they really care about you, okay? Yeah, speaking of care, we have compassion, right? So for some of you, you know, you're being advised to be compassionate here this month, to give compassion to yourself, but to also be on the receiving end of maybe somebody else's compassion here for you. You know, you deserve for others to kind of be gentle and nurturing with you. Maybe that's something that you're leaving behind with the Ten of Wands. It's kind of like that, I don't know, like struggle love or, you know, situations like that. And it's like, no, you deserve more ease in your life, you know, for things to just kind of flow like they do with the King of Cups. So I love that for you, Libra. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this message here. If this resonates at all, please like, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.